in awe and so very grateful for the decision. To each and every individual who, at great professional risk to themselves, stood in solidarity with my brother, myself, and all the victims of sexual abuse yesterday, words will never describe the debt of gratitude I owe you, Ronan Farrow echoed his sister, tweeting that he was grateful to all the Hatchet employees who spoke up and to the company for listening. One person not happy with the decision per deadline, Stephen King, who tweeted that the Hatchet decision to drop the Woody Allen book makes me very uneasy. It's not him. I don't give a damn about Mr. Allen. It's who gets muzzled next that worries me. Yeah, well, he doesn't care when Milo Yiannopoulos gets his book pulled. He doesn't care about any of those other people. He cares only when child molesters book gets pulled. It's a private company. They can do what they want. I am also concerned about muzzling of people, but when you have the children of a guy saying that the guy's a pedophile, and we know Woody Allen married his adopted daughter. I mean, come on, guys. At this point, you gotta have to go, this guy's a scumbag. Why are we giving him the time of day? Why are we giving him an opportunity to make money? It's not the same as saying the truth and getting muzzled and propping up mainstream media. It's a guy who is known, he married his adopted daughter, and all of his kids claim that he's a child molester. And everyone just looks the other way, like Roman Polanski. They look the other way. No one does anything. Obviously, Woody Allen also was good friends with Jeffrey Epstein, which we reported on years and years and years ago. No one listened. I mean, Woody Allen has been known as a creep for decades. And then you have people like Meryl Streep clapping for him and clapping for people like Roman Polanski and all these others. And it's so crazy, the people that these people hang out with. I want to go on to the next story here. As it says, out of the Miami Herald, former Jeffrey Epstein cellmate stymied in getting answers on missing surveillance video. And obviously we haven't heard enough about Jeffrey Epstein lately. You know why? Because we got a whole bunch of distractions hitting us from all ends. And obviously we're not hearing about Julian Assange either, but that's for another day. We'll get into that more in the future. But whatever happened to the news about Jeffrey Epstein and all the people that are coming out and saying that he didn't kill himself? His brother said he didn't kill himself. He was apparently either a Mossad or CIA agent who got blackmail on celebrities and politicians in order to be able to buy them. Ghislaine Maxwell is being investigated by the FBI, but her trial is from a distance, and she's said to be either in Israel or Brazil right now. I mean, guys, if I've ever seen an obvious either murder or cover-up, and obvious cover-up by the CIA and these blackmail industries that have been trying to get people to do whatever they want. This is how the deep state works. I haven't seen anything like this in any other case other than maybe Jimmy Savile, who also, like Epstein, got covered up by the royal family, by Buckingham Palace, and by the BBC, which they knew Jimmy Savile had raped hundreds of children for decades and did nothing. And these are the industries, these are the news sites that are taking over, and because of YouTube censoring people like myself, like other independent medias, we are wrong for speaking about this. We are doing hate speech for speaking about this or somehow inciting violence according to YouTube. But the mainstream media can cover up for mass child rape. These are the sick pieces of trash we are dealing with. I want to jump to the next article, which is out of the Financial Times, which says, this is from a couple weeks ago. This is interesting. It says, Barclays set to kick off hunt for next chief executive. Bank preparing to appoint headhunters as it plans for life after Jess Staley. But what's interesting about this, if we jump to the next article, we could see them preparing here. As it says on this Fox Business article, Epstein-linked Barclays CEO's visits to Ireland under investigation. Investigators are probing how information Staley provided Barclays compares to documents they already have. And what they don't really mention as much is that he went back to Epstein's island multiple times, went on his plane like Bill Clinton and people like that. And it's just interesting that a couple of weeks ago they're getting rid of him, they're going on to the next guy, and now they got the investigation happening. Someone was let in on a little secret, I think. And obviously in these times, Barclays has enough problems on their hands with the financial system. Finally, going into the last article out of CBS News, it says loaded gun found in federal Manhattan jail that housed Jeffrey Epstein. So they're doing a lot of investigations into just the absolute dumb buffoonery of guards, or the paying off of guards, or the fact that there's different guards at night randomly and they were standing down, and Jeffrey Epstein was heard talking a couple days earlier about how someone was trying to murder him after he was found in a quote-unquote suicide attempt, and then people were hearing him shout and scream in a cell before dying. Allegedly, he still might be alive. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Tim, and I want your thoughts on this. Tim, what do you think of the craziness? Tim, you around?
Yeah, well, it looks like that, the one thing that finally killed off Epstein, memes, rather, was coronavirus. So it looks like the biggest casualty so far.
I cannot hear Tim. Tim is muted.
How about now? Test, test, test. Can you guys hear me? How about now? Can you hear me now, Josh?
Yeah, but it says the stream health is terrible.
Okay, we did lose it at one point, and then I was back on. So I think I guess people can let us know in the comments if they can hear me. So you can hear me now, Josh.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me. I've got to just make. This is live. This is what happens when you're doing live broadcasts. These little,
it seems to have deleted the other video too. It deleted our other stream, and we lost 200 viewers.
All right, and then of course Teddy had to come back with first person to dislike right out of the gates. So thank you, Teddy, for helping us out with that one. But yeah, I mean, it does appear that that the one big so far casualty of the coronavirus is Epstein memes. I mean, I was someone that was posting about Epstein back in 2016. He helped set up the Clinton
Hold up,
Fund.
Hold up, Tim. If we lost that whole report, I'm gonna have to do that whole report over.
The one that I was trying to...
The whole video is posted and then cut out in the middle of the report. I have to do the whole report over.
Yeah, that one would be the... which one were you going over at the time? Let me back up my... Do you want to jump back?
Oh, man, this sucks. Sucks.
Do you want to go jump back and do that one at the end?
Well, I'm going to have to do the video all over again. Are we going to be good on stream health?
Yeah, I mean, we are streaming right now, like right now.
Yeah, I know we're streaming. It's just that we're 7 minutes into this stream. We lost basically all the previous video that we just did.
Well, it's not going to be lost. It's going to be, we can go and download it from YouTube afterwards.
Yeah, I know, but if we cut out, then it's like half of the report was lost for like 2 minutes of it.
Okay, I mean, we can go back and go do that 2 minutes.
Anyway, I guess I just won't be able to cut it out and make the video of it. Damn it.
We've got.
All right.
There was about half of one article that got cut out, and I was trying to stop you in the middle of it, but was.
Well, I see you're on Skype on video, which probably isn't helping the video stream.
Okay, let me. Yeah, I was trying to flag you down to stop. Okay, that should be better now.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll see what I could do.
Okay, I mean, it was really just one article that we need.
Yeah, it just created a new stream and is, oh man, it's just terrible. Okay, well, guys, it's gonna look terrible. No one's gonna watch this after it's live. That's the way it works when this kind of stuff happens. It's very unfortunate. So again, I have to request that people press like on this video and help us out in any way you can, because like, this video is going to get deep six the second it finishes, because it's not going to start at the beginning of our stream, and we're probably going to lose about 90% of views we would have gotten. So we need your help. Press like on this video, share it if you can, and donate live, super chats. Anything is really helpful, because this is what we're dealing with right now, and it's literally ruining us as a media.
Yeah,
so
just relax. We keep going. I mean, it's not it's not the end of the world. So I mean, what we're right now talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And I know the next article we got up here is on Lebanon defaulting on their bond payments.
Yeah, we'll get into that after. Yeah, let's talk about Epstein.
Yeah, so what do you want to talk about Epstein? I mean, there's so many different places that we can go.
What are your thoughts on Hollywood's degeneracy and the constant support for these criminals while deep sixing people like ourselves, like we just saw on this live stream?
I think one of the things that I actually wanted to talk about was how Trump's connection to Epstein and where that really goes, because it also involves Deutsche Bank, which Deutsche Bank is one of the prime topics that we talk about quite a bit over here on WAM. And so you got one camp of people who will say things like Trump and Epstein, they were super close, and they've taken pictures together, and they've done parties together, and this proves that Trump is a bad guy. And then you've got some other evidence where actually I tend to think that Trump was actually one of the people that was behind what was going on with Epstein. If you guys bear with me, and kind of like the genesis of this story is there was a real estate deal that happened, I believe it was the early 2000s, and apparently Epstein had gotten word that, hey, I'm going to go buy this place for $40 million. He thought that Trump was broke at the time, and so what he did was he went to Trump, told him about this property because he figured, okay, Trump doesn't have any money. He's just, he's property rich, has all this other stuff, but in terms of liquidity, the guy is basically basically bankrupt. So he told Trump this information about this real estate deal that was next to Mar-a-Lago, and what Trump ended up doing is he ended up going through Deutsche Bank and ended up getting ended up somehow being able to piece together a loan for all of this. And then when he got the loan, he was then, basically scooped the property out from underneath Epstein. So he was able to bid, basically like $1 more than Epstein. And so at that point, Epstein got absolutely furious and basically, declared war on him. And then Epstein was then trying to pimp out girls from Mar-a-Lago. And then that was like and then it was, I believe it was even at the Virginia, I forgot how to pronounce her last name, the one that slept with Prince Andrew. That she was recruited from the club, and then that then infuriated Trump, and then Trump then went to the FBI or somebody, and that's how Epstein got in trouble to begin with. I mean, I don't know. This is the stuff different stuff that I've heard, and then I'm not a Q guy, or I'm not a trust the plan guy, even though my initials are trust the plan. But when it comes to, a brilliant 4D chess move, if you have, I forgot the guy's name, was it Acosta? So Acosta was the labor secretary, and then they got the fake news leftists to freak out about
he got
Acosta.
The sweetheart deal. He gave the sweetheart deal to Epstein when he was asked about it during the Trump transition. He essentially said that he was told to give him a deal because Epstein was a federal agent, and that it was all part of an investigation.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is, he's intelligence. I think it actually said something like he was intelligence. Yeah. But if this was done deliberately, this was a brilliant stroke by Donald Trump to have Acosta. Then all of a sudden the media, links the fact that Acosta gave the sweetheart deal, and now Trump is hiring him, and then Trump and Epstein have connections. And then by forcing the media to then look into Epstein because they thought it could hurt Trump, it then was able to ultimately take down Epstein, which could have then taken down the whole system. However, as we all know here, that we all knew that he was going to be suicided right from day one. I mean, I would have been more surprised if this didn't happen than if it did happen. And so the fact